You're listening to Behind Enemy Lines, the podcast, bringing you wargaming news from around the world with your hosts Greg, Damien, and Dan.
Good evening and welcome to episode COVID-19 of the Behind Enemy Lines podcast. How's everybody doing in lockdown?
I'm the same as I always am because that is the way I work anyways.
Oh yeah, you already live on lockdown.
I do. Lockdown. I've been living the lockdown life for about a year now anyway.
Nice. What about you, Damo?
I would say it's all good, but yeah, it's all right. I'm just doing work from home and catching up with people and trying not to get killed by the wife. Same as usual, really. Then, yeah, it's all right. I'm still here.
That's a good point.
I haven't been. I'm still here, so something must be going right.
Yeah, there you go. Bit of respect for both your wives who are currently on the front line and helping people in their hour of need, as they are both in the health sector.
Yep.
Yep.
Well done, guys. Yeah, good support there. That's great.
That's all right.
And I'm pretty stressed about it. Actually, I don't want her out there, but
Same, but got to
Yeah,
pay
I
the
hear you.
bills.
Got to pay the bills. Yeah, because
Got
podcasting
to
sure as
keep-
fuck doesn't.
yeah, got to keep
Yeah.
me in the life that I've become accustomed to.
Painting the ceiling.
These
Oh,
fancy haircuts don't pay for themselves.
Oh God.
2 seconds.
I think this is the best.
I love my-
I think this is the best haircut I've ever had.
I
I
think
had
you're
a
right.
brilliant. Oh my God! I had the most brilliant one. That old man mullet I wanted to keep, and she just wouldn't even let me in the bed if it was there. So her and Marley were taking scissors to it, but they were losing. They were losing it. It was brilliant. It was perfect. It's just straight off the top, wings out the side, and the big old man mullet hanging down the back. It was great. It was beautiful.
I'm
Look
not.
like
I'm,
Absolutely beautiful.
I'm not allowed to go outside without
A hat on.
a hat or a hood on. So if I walk the dogs, I have to wear a hood, and if I go to the supermarket, I have to wear a hat,
Oh dear.
and I wear sunglasses as well now. And the guy's like, "Oh, do you want to scan your not your Flybuys card? What's the other one? The countdown
Your
one?
points.
No, the other
Oh
one.
yeah, one card.
The one card. I was like, nah, mate.
Mate.
I didn't want to see my name in case I came back in 4 weeks time. I was like, aren't you the fuckwit with the mohawk and the trucker mustache? And I'm like, no, that's not me. It's some other silly cunt.
Do you not? You can't say the C word on this podcast.
Oh, it's the apocalypse. I can do what I want.
It's the apocalypse. So if you're listening to this and you're currently in lockdown for COVID-19, well done. Stay inside. Don't go outside because that could possibly kill people. If you're listening to this after the COVID-19 crisis has abated in the world, well done for making it through.
If we didn't,
Well done.
well, congratulations. You're managing to listen on the post-apocalyptic radio from the old days when we had this thing called the internet. It was full of
Could be
cats,
friends.
full of cats and pornography. It was a fantastic device.
It
Anyway,
was.
Friends.
I don't think any Americans are going to be listening in the near future. Anyway, it seems like their country's headed for the apocalypse. So
It's spiraling
I've
down pretty
Italy
fast.
now, right?
huh?
Got more than
Overtaking
everybody.
Italy.
Yeah. Poor
What
buggers.
Rip,
Oh well.
rip. Oh well. I
Anywho,
must
so,
admit, I like their movies and their porn. Oh well, rip.
The Americans.
That's what I liked about them. Yeah.
All right. I thought you were more into that Japanese tentacle porn.
Oh well, that'd still be free flowing because Japan seems to be having a fun time. It seems like they've cured it over there or never had it or something like that.
It was China, mate.
Yeah, I know that, dickhead, but it seems like they're not all the same people. I'm aware of this. I may live in the South Island. I'm not from here.
Just dropping that casual racism like everyone else in the South Island does, mate. You'll be fine.
Jeepers creepers. South Island independence. Oh, cut us off.
Here
It's
we
like,
go.
it's like, oh, but you guys have more cases of corona than Auckland does. So,
Got more cases of inbreeding.
oh, jeez, they sure do.
It count as inbreeding if it's a lifestyle choice.
Whew. Jeepers
Oh,
creepers.
except for the top of the South Island with Nelson and the bottom of the South Island with Queenstown, because then you get all the ones that come in from overseas and congregate in there and then complain about all the damn immigrants taking our jobs, but nobody's
Right.
here to pump my gas.
It's all right. Pull out.
Anyway, what's this thing about? Normally, this is a part where Damien does
We're talking
does some noise, and we talk about.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, no,
Greg,
we
you got to
talk-
do the social media stuff.
Oh yeah, well, social media channels are still there. It's pretty much the only way anyone can communicate these days. So find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram. Head on over to YouTube. There's actually a video up there. Believe it or not, there is a video up on our YouTube channel, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in part 2, I think.
You might only have enough for one part.
We
Point.
may do because of all the band agings.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's good.
so Damien, do the noise for the noob news. Cool.
What have we got in new noob
I
news?
cut it short.
Pretty much everything's cancelled. That event you were going to go to is cancelled. Games Workshop new releases
No, I
are
did.
cancelled. Flames of War, I think their website stopped working yesterday. Ergo cancelled. Bolt Action, oh God knows, probably cancelled as well. I'm just going to Flames. I'm just going to Flames of War website. See if there's a special announcement. Well, we know they're all working from home because Wayne had a whinge because his internet stopped working.
But that's because he's on Vodafone. And then
Yeah, it's like, why would you go on Vodafone? Like, Jesus. There's free shipping
man,
for
rookie move,
hey,
Photo.
there's all free shipping on for all online orders, which is actually pretty gangster. Unfortunately, it won't get to New Zealand because they're only prioritising essentials, which is like food and medicine and whatnot. So
Oh my God, the amount of dickheads.
yes, we know the amount of dickheads who consider themselves essential but are not essential.
Can I order toys? Can I get my figures? Can I go to this? Can I
For fuck's sake, man. Are you going to eat it? Are you going to wipe your ass with it? Are you going to wash your hands with it?
I
Anyway.
need to undercoat all this shit.
They got some
Sorry,
nifty. They
carry
got
on.
some nifty looking Bocage stuff out, so they haven't cancelled.
haven't seen that.
They got an article on working with the thermoplastic, which is like that sticky. It's not sticky. You remember when I did a review of the original Battlefront, the Desert Rat figures that were like made of that plastic, and it wasn't the greatest, but you could hit them with a book and they'd bounce back.
Yeah, just for a moment there, I thought you were going to ask about. Do you remember when I was sticky? And I was going to go, what?
Gross. No. Apparently, the paratroopers are made of thermoplastic. Now, I don't know what that is. It's relatively new technology, they're saying. Slightly different from other plastic figures. Let's see. So it.
Oh, so the
Interesting.
flexible molds allow for undercuts. More
Yeah.
detail in the figures.
That's actually really cool. Undercutting is something that a lot of places, like for metal, works. For plastic injection, it's hard as fudge to do. That's why you see places like the Plastic Soldier Company don't have those undercuts in their models, and they have like 2 parts, whereas Battlefront paid the extra cash money in their plastic tanks to do those undercuts. I remember Chris telling me something about that, and I was like, cool, sounds interesting, but really I was like, I should be remembering this because it's important to tell at one point in the future, but then I was like, fuck, this is boring, and I didn't remember. But
Kind of like my staff meeting that I attended.
pretty much
today.
like it's like all meetings, no one ever cares.
I love meetings.
It could have been an email. All meetings could be emails. They are now pretty much anyway, because like if you go to call on Skype, it doesn't work because all the lines are overloaded.
Yeah, I drinking virtual drinks this afternoon for work. It was
Oh,
great.
we were having that too, and then none of us went because it's like, why do I want to hang out with my work colleagues? Litigator.
The whole team. It was funny hat compulsory.
Yeah, no, my webcam stays off.
Yeah,
Are
I've
they
seen
trying
the
to
haircut
spit
on
especially
both.
since especially since the haircut.
You should have just popped it up, mate. You should have seen me when I turned up on the staff
I reckon.
meeting and I popped up on the camera and it's like this big white bald fat head. And I was
God.
like, yo, it's me. Good.
Those poor
Your kids must be so
stormtroopers.
proud.
I'm just reading about this. Thermoplastic is a lightweight plastic with a medium amount of flex. So the problem with the other ones is they had a lot of flex. And the hard plastic figures, they have literally no flex because they're hard plastic. Like the old FX figures. Thermoplastic figures come on a similar sprue to flexible plastic infantry, 8 on a strip, blah blah blah. Okay. So there's a little flash which you expect on them. Yep, scrape it off. Painting, prime them. Doesn't flake. That's good. Gluing. Isn't quite saying what do you need to glue it in with. Super glue to glue it in its little holes. All right, no, that's simple. So give it a try. I just wonder if they have, the big noses that they seem to have a lot of recently.
Doesn't look like it, eh?
Doesn't look like it, but they're painted. They seem to be painted differently. The paratroopers by I don't know.
They like Asterix and Obelix noses that are really huge.
Yeah, they had some of those on some of the figures. Interesting, yes. Casey. So, but even though Battlefront technically all have to work from home, so that's the rule in New Zealand. If your company can work from home, you have to work from home. If you can't, enjoy your 4 weeks off. If you can't enjoy that, you're fired. Yeah. So Battlefront's still working on stuff.
News. I got noob news.
What do you got? I can only talk about Battlefront for so long.
I mean, so Facebook and everything popping up, and you see everything coming through all the time. To me, the noob news coming through is the plethora. I thought I'd throw that word in. That's the word we should use for this podcast. Plethora of 3D printers throwing out all their work, and lots of it at real discounted or free prices. Here's these files, take them, use them, go for it, go nuts.
Yep.
And there's some good stuff popping through. So 3D wargaming, even old Hazel's chopping up a few things and throwing them out there for people to use and get. And so yeah, I think it's quite cool because the technology's out there, and so people want something to do. So they're 3D printing shit and getting it for cheap or free.
I think we're quite lucky that this COVID-19 hit when it did. It didn't hit, say, 2020? Didn't hit 10 years ago or even 20 years ago, because we would be bored out of our brains. Imagine you'd be watching the television because, you can't stream it on Facebook. And then the
V1, 2, and 3 only.
And the Prime Minister, or you're a rich guy with your Sky, and the Prime Minister tells you, you need to stay home for 4 weeks. I hope you've got enough books and, toy soldiers to paint during that time. Or model kits to build, because there's all board games to play, or 2000 you can play EverQuest Online, maybe.
SimCity 2000, man. Just over and over and over again.
SimCity 2000 came in 98 or something, didn't it?
You just keep playing it. It was still, you were still using Windows 7.
Oh god, but you couldn't work from home though. That's the thing. So all businesses would just turf up, and just that'd be the end of them. It'd be a right mess. But we've got all this communication, which is so good. Like Instagram is just burning like crazy. Facebook goes mental now. There's just so much good work is happening, like picture and art style. So many people working on so many things while they're basically furloughed from their jobs. And everyone's doing a great job.
Oh yeah, social media is just blowing up, right? It's amazing.
It's doing what it's supposed to do, instead of being full of dickheads with their oversharing and conspiracy theories, because it's not so much conspiracy theories when they're coughing up like a lung full of fluid. It's like, it's a government conspiracy. It's like, choke.
It's a conspiracy to get Donald Trump fired.
choke on it, buddy. You're the one who deserves this. Yeah, good old boomer remover. That's what it's called, boomer remover.
Yeah, I know. It still sounds.
The kids are calling it that. And it's like, oh, jeepers. Yeah. So and another thing that we're thankful for, and for our Australian listeners, soz, is living here. Like,
well, we actually have a prime minister who gives a shit about the people.
Yeah,
makes a huge difference. Christ, imagine if this happened in the last decade. That lot. Oh. Well, we could have bailed out the finance companies and the banks and the stock market, but everyone else could just,
But the thing is, they couldn't
die,
because if this had happened in 2010, right? Okay. What happened? 2008 global financial crisis. If this happened 10 years ago, 2010, we're in the middle of the global financial crisis. We have no money. We cannot do all the things we want to do.
Correct.
We're busy trying to bail out finance companies. If we wait, when is it? 1 year from now, when this COVID-19 still, or COVID-10 as it would be called, or COVID-9 was still ripping through places. 2011 March. Oh, what's that? Bit of a shaky wakey bakey. Christchurch disappears.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Holy shit. All right, let's send all the builders to Christchurch, and Christchurch dies. So, you know.
Send all the builders to Christchurch so we can get the businesses sorted.
And,
you
yeah,
can fucking live on
and
the street.
it would just be so bad under the government at the time. That's why we're lucky to have this one.
It'd be fucking terrible. You'd be lucky to even have a car
No,
to just actually crash out on.
it would literally be 1987 plus 1918 on drugs to the max. Everyone's, if you're not, you'll be the lucky ones would be the dead ones. Let's just say that.
Oh,
It's true.
yeah, I know, but this podcast just got really dark really quick.
Hey, you come here for the toy soldier talk. You stay for the homegrown politics.
I came here for the toy.
If you want to go talk, if you want to go listen to toy soldiers talk, go fuck off and listen to Bartosh's stupid fucking 40k.
They
shit.
only talk about 40k.
Exactly. They'll be like, which list is the best meta? Why, you take these Dark Eldar and then you like get the jump pack guys and then, you know, Primaris only if you're Iron Hands. It's like, bro, step back, bro. And they always wear, I bet they wear sunglasses when they podcast as well. And they're like, bro, like Iron Hands this week, their stocks are like super high, bro. I don't know why they put on American accents though.
You guys not wearing? Are you guys not wearing sunglasses?
I'm wearing normal glasses because I'm a bit of a nerd, you see.
Yeah.
I'm wearing glasses because I'm blind without them.
Yeah, otherwise I get a haircut. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, new releases. No one's got anything. It's the end of the world. It's the apocalypse.
Printing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hold up.
congratulations, people are making their own stuff, crats. Yeah. Thank goodness they introduced the anaerobic printers when they did. Is that how you say it?
yeah.
Anaerobic? The ones that
Anaerobic?
the ones that print with like this with light and a 3D and the, you know how in the futuristic movies, I'll explain it for Damien because he's a bit slow. You know how in futuristic type movies you see like something come out of the goo and it's being like the machine's being made and it's like and it comes out goo?
I mean, like Terminator 2 when he's in the factory and he comes out of his own liquid as it dries up again.
Exactly like that, except imagine it's resin, isn't a robot, and it's a toy soldier. And it's not going to hunt down Sarah Connor.
But that's no fun.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're not that far in the future yet. We don't have liquid metal men. We just have liquid toy soldiers.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm somewhat annoyed because, as you were aware, I bought a business and was all ready to go like, who wants some laser? And I fired up the laser and I printed out some things and I was like, oh, this was fun. And I made it all work. And then basically just before I was ready to like reopen the shop and say, yeah, okay, I'm confident.
Unleash everything on the world.
Yeah, and tick the box to say, hey, who wants to buy some stuffs? The government went, no. And we're like, okay, cool.
But to be fair, it wasn't really the government that did it. Like this virus just showed up, and then we're like, okay, we're fucked.
Yeah, it's like, hello? It's like, yes. Oh, God, it's left my dogs. It was folly, boys. It was folly. It's not real.
It's not real.
They don't understand the difference. They don't understand the difference. To them, it's like, there's a courier at the door. We must bark at them. Oh, God.
Okay. Daniel, what are you doing? Why are you sending the dogs?
Stop annoying the dogs.
Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot.
Your laser cutting business.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. It'll wait a while. Anyway, it gives me more time to like learn how to do stuff, you know, and tinker with the software. So that's good. And I got there's a lot of learning to do because as much as I like to say, yeah, it's just as busy at work, it's not. Because everyone's hunkering down, and we've got our systems to a point where they're just running along nicely, but I don't want to what's the word, jinx myself or say we've made it so good that we don't need to have a job, because we've made it so that every now and again it completely fucks out when they most need it, and then they need to call us and we're like, no, I'm relevant again.
That's fun. I like it.
Yeah, so gotta remain relevant. Very important in this post-apocalyptic world. And
it's true. I mean, we shut down so damn fast on Monday. I didn't even have time. I mean, we were missing. Monday, we had 35 kids turn up to school total, and out of that, I had 12. Whole school. 35 kids. And then they shut us down on Monday. So, I mean, I couldn't get hold of the ones that didn't turn up.
What, tell them not to
And
come
the
back
ones
in.
the ones that did turn up, and I'm just saying, look, keep an eye out. I'll email you. Here's the stuff. So I've been going online every day in the morning and in the afternoon to catch up with them, chat to them and mark work, do all that sort of stuff. But I'm only getting 4 regular kids.
How
doing it.
many
The
class
rest
do you
of
have?
What have I got? 20 up now.
So you got 20 kids
So-
and only 4 are showing up to school.
Jesus.
Well, online school.
Online school, that's what I mean. But
You know?
that's
Online
because
school.
that's because you teach in a not great area. So is it because they don't all have internet connections, or is it because they just
They've
don't
all
like
got
school?
fucking internet.
But the government told us they didn't all have internet and computers and whatnot because they was poors and whatnot.
No, we're in an area that's they actually built through sponsorship towers all the way around where I teach, so everybody can access it with their school logons, so
Yeah.
they can actually get on and work and get the internet.
So what you're saying is
the
these
ones-
kids aren't coming to school; they're wagging.
Pretty much, and nobody at home. But I mean, I can't really blame them. Shit, I wouldn't either. We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Honestly, I
so-
was reading so many comments on Reddit from like all the school, like the high school kids who were like, "Oh, I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss out and have to repeat this year and blah blah blah." If this was me, I'd be like, "Sweet, 4 weeks off, Christmas 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm gonna go play unlimited video games, Fortnite."
All these kids that are saying, "Oh, I'm going to miss this out." See, that's bullshit because it's there if they want to do it.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a defense together, so they're not going to have to repeat the year. I mean, my daughter, she's already, well, we all know Negasonic, so she's already ahead of the game. She's completed all the tasks. She's waiting for the next lot to be shuffled out via the interwebs so that she can just get it done because that's what she does. She must get it from her mother because it sure as hell ain't me.
Nerd. She knows.
You know,
she knows she's a nerd.
100%.
But again, it's a like anything. It's a fine line between. I mean, I'm doing everything. I'm justifying my existence for sitting on my ass at home. I'm making sure I send out all the stuff. This working from home shit. I don't know what you're complaining about, Daniel. It's easy as, man.
I don't complain about it. Why would I complain about it?
Exactly. I don't know why anybody would.
That's the thing, and I hope with this apocalypse thing, it changes the way, because a lot of these boomer type folks, no offense to them, the old school workers, that's a nice way of saying boomers, aren't used to like this, and they don't trust their employees to work from home.
Could you imagine Nosferatu working from home? He wouldn't have anyone to yell
Jesus.
Oh, he'd be at home painting his Napoleonics. It's like, where are those reports, Duncan? It's like, go away. I've gotten
He can't
Go
paint his
there, painting
Napoleonics
this
anymore. He
hat.
can't see them.
what?
Can't paint his Napoleonics anymore. He can't see them.
Oh, lol. What I was going to say, because my work did a study. I don't know if I've said it before on the show. So we crunched the numbers, did a study on working from home, and it was like, turns out 66% of people, ish, well, 65% of people, 66% of people work the same.
2/3.
Two-thirds work the same. 33-ish% of people work harder. They're more efficient when they work from home because they don't have a boss micromanaging them. And then there's that 1 or 2% of people who fuck around.
Ruin it for all the rest of us.
They ruin it for everyone. It's like the rotten apples. It's what they do. They fuck around. But that's it. And people need to learn that, like, oh, it's not bad. My plebeies are actually working harder or the same. It's just that they don't have that constant eye on them, so they can't, it's like, what are you doing, Johnson? It's like, my job that I always do, you dickhead. Hang on. Terry wants to talk. What is it, Terry?
I just want to say that working from home only gets people upset because generally it's micromanagers that can't control what's happening with their staff.
I already said
Just
that.
say that.
I already said
They're
that.
very smart.
Oh my God, Terry! How late are you to the party?
She's not actually listening to the podcast. She
Jeez,
just walked
Terry.
past and heard a bit and then thought I hadn't already said that bit, but I said that bit. But she has to go to work in a hospital full of sick people, so GG.
So your life insurance all paid up?
Have you got life insurance?
I do have life
Is it-
Oh,
insurance.
she does. She does.
It's fucking more than yours, you prick.
Is it paid up?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, fam. It's good. It's good. It's good. We're good.
Off you go to work now, Terry.
We got work tomorrow. Eh?
I sure do.
You're not gonna.
Love you, Terry.
You're not gonna lick any of the like tables.
Sure,
and
should
whatnot,
have
eh?
some toilet.
Well, you know what? The thought has crossed my mind because I would be loving to cash in on this 14-day self-isolation.
But the snotters and the gross stuff.
Fuck, I don't
Lick
care.
some
It's
of that.
14 days off work.
Oh my god. It's like, I'd rather get a deadly flu than go to my job. It's like, holy
my
shit,
God.
how much do you hate your job? It's like, just that much.
So much.
It's like, what's the percentage dying? It's like 4%. It's like, what's the chance of like me hating my job? 110%.
Pretty much.
Good odds.
Hey, but it's funny though, like talking about the micromanagement stuff. I mean, it must be killing my boss knowing that she can't keep tabs on how many times I go and sit outside the front gate just to have a vape. Because I have to wear my little
have to
name
sign out.
badge and I don't have to sign out every time I step outside at break time to vape my highlighter or whatever. And then I come back in and I sign in. So it's just sign out, sign in, sign out, sign in.
All you do all
Oh,
day. No teaching gets done because you're too busy signing in and signing out.
That's so dumb.
Oh, I mean, they wonder why I don't sit in the staff room. By the time it takes me to get down from the room to the staff, I'm on the other side of the school to the staff room. It's like, oh, then I got to talk to people. Then I got to find something. Then I got to get a biscuit. Then I got. Now I'll just call into the office, sign out, go sit outside. 15 minutes later, bell goes, sign back in, go to my class. Done.
You're right to me.
Yep, sounds good. But 3D printing, eh?
Bad.
Yeah. No.
good.
I think that's part one.
That's part one. I reckon that's a good part one. We padded, we talked bullshit. There was literally nothing about toy soldiers in there, which is
Of course, we
great.
talked about Battlefront's
It was-
thermoplastics.
Oh, we did thermoplastics, guys. Thermoplastics, it's good stuff. Go buy all Battlefront
And it was-
stuff. Sponsor.
Love-
They're not a sponsor.
They should be.
It was lovely hearing Terry.
All right, stop recording. Prepare for part 2. We'll talk more.
Bye.
Bye. Need tokens, terrain, or custom Battlefield accessories? BattleKiwi.com has you covered. With a wide range of laser cut MDF and acrylic, it has something to suit everyone's wargaming needs. Ranging from the battlefields of World War II to the far future of Infinity, BattleKiwi.com has it all. Visit BattleKiwi.com, and for a 5% discount, use the code BEL5. Dice of War. Dice of War supply custom and historical wargaming dice and accessories. Unique designs to suit your gaming requirements. Visit the online store today at diceofwar.com.au. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 60, the COVID-19 special. So many numbers and part 2. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. It is special though. It's probably going to be quite a short part because we got it all out of our systems in part 1, right?
Mm-hmm. We got
Anything-
government conspiracies,
anything
we got
special
toy
about-
soldiers, we picked on another podcast, we picked on individuals. We got it all in that first part.
Everything
Yeah,
special
that's
about
really
this podcast is Greg.
Hey.
Easy.
I'll
I
take
just
that
had.
as a
I
compliment.
was feeling lonely. I had to say something.
Okay.
Remember, if you're lonely, reach out and pick on your friends.
Absolutely.
What was I going to say? I can't remember. Some shit. Oh, well, so you might have seen on our YouTube channel, if you go there, Behind Enemy Lines. the
You're
YouTube
cutting
channel.
out real bad.
What about now?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
How about now?
Okay, now do that bit again.
Which bit?
The last bit.
Well, it doesn't cut out on mine. It cuts out for you guys. I'm the source. You can eat my ass. Anyway, what I'm saying is, now you've lost my train of thought. Oh, we had a YouTube video up on our YouTube channel, which is what,
Yeah.
Greg?
On YouTube?
Oh, for fuck's sake! This is behind Enemy Lines YouTube channel.
On
Anyway,
YouTube.
Cast.
you're so bad at this.
On YouTube.
So it's called the Covid of Shame. What it is a little, I wouldn't say competition because we can't go and ask for sponsors because they're all dying and locked away. And I don't want to give you any of my stuff. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge for you whilst this is happening, for those of you in quarantine or lockdown, whatever your country has decided to call it, to go through your cupboards, your under the beds, your drawers, and look for
This is
those.
where you hide shit from your wife.
Yep, your shameful miniatures that are unpainted or unfinished, and we want you to go and finish some. We don't want you to finish every single one of your miniatures because, as we all know, if you finish all your unpainted miniatures, you die.
Explode.
You literally explode and then you die, and we can't have that, especially in these
I'm
dark corona
gonna
times.
live forever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah, you were gonna start singing that.
crushed by a pile of resin.
I
Unpainted resin and metal falls on you and you're dead. Yeah, not so good. But we want to challenge you to paint it. So we had a challenge ourselves to go and find something to paint. So Damien, you were first up in the video. You were in your office looking dishevelled and confused, although I assume that's your default look.
I didn't. I thought you'd put on a costume. Then I realised, nope.
He's just playing the dottery old man.
I
So-
was looking dishevelled and confused. Yes, that is my default setting. Not anymore with my nice smooth haircut. Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
I had a good look around. Still not quite decided whether or not I'm going to dig through the crap in the far right rear corner.
Oh, don't
and
say far
see
right.
what-
Not with that haircut there.
Oh, my haircut now.
No, with that haircut there, Romper Stomper. It's like the far. I'm just going to the far right corner, and then the next Austria. Nine.
Especially considering
Well,
your,
actually,
your
I would-
video's got your jack boots in there as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at my boots. Oh, my jack boots.
I'm annexing the neighbor's pool.
I was actually thinking about walking the Dooge, take the Dooge out for a walk, wear my army boots, rolled up blue jeans, suspenders to hold them up, and a little white shirt, and just go stomping around the neighborhood. It's not like anybody's around anyway.
Your
dogs
wife
outside
would
for a
not
nap.
let you outside.
Absolutely
No,
not.
then she goes to work. Remember, she goes to
Oh,
work,
yeah.
so I could do it when she's at work. Yeah.
I could actually more see you in a code piece and a bowler hat looking for ultraviolence with the douche.
One of your kids would knock though.
100% Emma would be like,
Oh yeah, bloody hell! They take great pleasure in getting me into trouble. It's horrible. But I could get fully kitted up like an FJ and go walking around the street and going, "Hello, I've just dropped in for tea."
God.
Bop.
Yeah.
I know I've got a 50 cal ammo tin out there, and it's loaded up with my Epic. So I could find the Epic stuff, put it together, and actually paint that.
Dan, why don't you paint all
Or
your
I
epic
could.
stuff?
Say that again.
Why don't you paint all your epic stuff?
Because I left it with Gavin with
did.
instructions
He sold it all.
with instructions to sell it for me, and I think he either kept it or sold it and pocketed the coins because he's a great guy.
Both of those are incorrect.
Or he just
Pretty sure.
or he
pretty
just
sure
or he
Gavin
just kept them.
Gavin absorbed it, and
He just
goes,
he
"Oh,
just
keep
he
those."
just smelled them. I don't really mind anyway. Or he gave them to you, one or the other.
Looking at him right now.
Yeah, typical. But I don't really miss them. I mean, they can go away anyway. So I'm not missing them. There was nothing of excitement in there, or they've changed the scale of the game now. But the infantry will probably look a lot better with the newer stuff, if you know what I mean.
Well, all right. So you won't
Look
feel
more
bad
at
if
scale.
I angle up one of the
Epic
rhinos
infantry.
put under my Titans.
Well, you were supposed to. You're supposed to send me my other stuff down, but you haven't yet. And you missed that
I haven't
window. Now
done
all the
either.
now all the post offices are closed, so you can't send anything anyway.
It's sitting right here, waiting to be sold, as sent as well.
Nice, nice. Yeah. So, what else you got, Damien?
Yeah, or I could do the Space Sharks because they've taken forever, and they just needed a couple more coats of grey, maybe a dark grey here, a light grey there. Ooh, I don't know.
I like how
But
you. I like how
You
you
used to have
picked
light
it.
grey hair.
Jeez, you're shit.
And what else? What else did I find? There's a
I
shelf
don't
full
actually
of.
think you found anything.
I think you just went and I think you just walked around saying box of crap, box of crap, box of crap.
Exactly what happened.
Box of crap.
I'm too scared to open half of them up. I don't know what's going to leap out. I might actually find some more dust stuff that I didn't throw out.
Oh God,
Jesus.
that's not COVID. I just swallowed the wrong way. Promise, don't take me away. Shit.
Jeez,
I will find something to do, and I will actually attempt to do it in between doing whatever Cheryl gets me to do around the house. So
Did you find something,
we'll
Dan?
get there.
I found many things. So, I started a kill team, and they're all undercoated, and some bits are brown. I'm gonna finish them because I have this terrible habit of starting things and never finishing them. Especially if I make a video about it, I'll do one and be like, "Cool, that's one and done," and I'll never have to look at it again. And the rest of the box or pack, whatever doesn't get done. So I've got 4 weeks, right, where I can't go out, not allowed to go out, so to go to the supermarket or the gas station, or that's it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You can go to the park for a walk.
Go to the park for a walk, yes, I suppose. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do it in order. I need a Kanban wall. So I'm gonna get my Jira boards and shit. Maybe I'll just use a can. Maybe I'll use a Kanban board.
Are you going to
Use
write
a Trello like everybody.
I'm gonna do some Jira sprints. So my first sprint. So me and using the word sprint in the same sentence. I know, fucking scary.
Hilarious.
So first sprint.
You're pretty
So-
fast over 3 paces, mate. You're all good.
I mean, especially if there's like something delicious on the other side.
It's downhill.
Do you remember when we had that big dust when dust was still cool and we were playtesting it at Battlefront? We had that Christmas massive battle, and I was in charge of the Axis. And what was on the line? What was the capture points?
Did a pizza?
Oh, the little
Chocolate.
The little.
Oh, yeah.
It was chocolate. And who became the most tactical genius? Who helped the Axis to absolutely decimate the Allied forces in that game?
It's
was
pretty
me,
easy when you got. It was
Commander.
pretty easy when you just got Hort V2 to throw his zombie horde at everybody, and they just gobbled
It wasn't
everything up.
all just zombies. It was my tactical planning for a superior victory.
Sure it
Thank you very
was.
much.
Hey,
Oh,
Hort
bullshit.
V2, just send your zombies in there and eat everything. It's like, okay,
Yeah, but I was in charge, so the chocolate belonged to me. Anyways, what was I wanking on about? Oh, anyway, so week 1, gonna do my kill team.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Week 2, I found that I had a Chaos Blood Bowl
One's
team.
already finished.
What?
Week 1's already finished.
No, we're starting. Week 1 hasn't finished. It started on Wednesday at midnight.
yeah.
I
So-
forget that I've been in lockdown longer than you guys.
Why have you been in lockdown longer than us?
Because
You
we
came
got
in
sent home on Monday.
You got
He
sent home.
came in contact with his own ass.
Yeah, but you're not actually locked down. You could still go anywhere on Monday.
Man, you could
Yeah,
drive
good
around
point.
on Monday and Tuesday. Stop your moaning.
Yeah. Jeez, calm down.
Yeah.
So I'll start tonight-ish. So I've already got a head start on these guys because they're sort of half painted anyway, and the fact that they're black, and I've just painted some skulls on them, and finish those off. So into week 1. So by next Wednesday, I should have my kill team ready. And once that's done, next up is the Chaos Blood Bowl team that I found in a box that I don't even remember buying. The new one.
Oh, sorry. I know what I'm going to do. Sod that. I'm not doing any of that shit.
What?
I'm going to go out and find the little container full of the Arbites, and I'm going to paint the 20 Arbites up.
Cool.
That's it. Done. Okay, I got that sorted. That'll be the first thing I do. I get the Arbites, and then I get them done because they're awesome and they're metal
Right,
and
you
they're not fucking recast. I'm sorted. Thanks, Dan. Sorry, carry on.
got till Wednesday to do them. So
Photo.
chop.
Make sure you post photos. No. You can take the whole 4 weeks. to do
No,
those.
he's got till Wednesday. Chop, bitch. So after that, it's the Chaos team, and then there's 2 weeks left, and I haven't quite made a decision on that. So I do have to put some videos up. I bought these paints. Well, before the shutdown happened, they were shaders by Ammo MiG, and
Oh, yeah.
what they are is they're like a water soluble wash kind of thing. So you know how we use the oh lordy, what are they called? The
Oils.
the enamel washers. You know those ones, the AK Interactive
yeah.
washers. They're like that, but they're water based and they wash off with water.
Okay.
And they're designed to go through an airbrush. And you can wash them. I don't know if you make the streaks with them. The only video I could find was some French dude, and I was like, okay, push translate on it, and that just went crazy auto potato and started putting words in I don't think the French guy was saying, because they didn't make any sense at all. So I've got those shaders, and I might try that on some 15 mil stuff. So that means the second week I might start painting, or sorry, the third week, I might start painting my Panzerschreck army. Now, Panzerschreck is in July. Is it still going to happen? I don't know.
Isn't your Panzerschreck army here?
Oh, you're part of it, yes. My part of
yeah,
it.
okay.
So when the post office sends that stuff back down, that's only the infantry. This is the tanks I want to test out these shaders on. So,
Okay, cool.
So I'll paint up a platoon of British green tanks. GG. I did manage to buy some Tamiya paint before the toy store shut down.
Nice.
And another thing that was bothering me, and I think this will be week 4, is I was doing a challenge to paint a you know the Age of Sigmar, the corn guys that came with the
Slaves
gold
of
guys,
Darkness?
the Slaves of Darkness. Yeah, no, not Slaves of Darkness. What the corn guys that came in the starter box with the gold boys?
Oh, the original starter box.
The original starter box. I've got that.
Yeah.
I was thinking paint those guys up with all contrast paints and have them ready for anything. Like I haven't played Age of Sigmar either, so I don't know how it works. I know Damien played it the very first time and absolutely hated it, and you know they tarred him with that brush. So we'll try that. So that's my plan and plots.
I won the game, and I won that game.
I know you did, and you didn't stop moaning about it for like 5 years.
That was first edition Age of Sigmar, not second edition.
Yes, it was the one with the stupid dancing rules, and it was
I'm sorry,
the
Greg,
rules
do you
were
still have
on
your Age of Sigmar army, or did you sell it?
He sold it.
Sold it.
He sold it. But other than that, I mean, I think I can maybe put in a few projects, but I might start blending projects together because, when you paint one thing over and over again, it gets really boring.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I would have liked to have tried painting with inks, but unfortunately the art store's closed and I can't, it's not essential. Can't be open, so I can't get
People are
those.
starting to do that by the sounds of it. It's all of a sudden I'm seeing everywhere people are.
I watched this Italian guy who lives in Ireland, and he paints with the inks. And what's his name? Antonino Fedebidi. I don't think that's his real name.
I think that's his real name.
I'll look up his real name. His real name is I Paint Better Than You Guy. You should all look him up. Hang on, I'll find his channel. So I'll just keep talking while I scroll through my subscriptions. But he's an insanely good painter, and he does the real close-up airbrush stuff, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Wow.
Like he'll do angles and things, and he just shows you light and shadow and how it all works. Is this him? No, that's not him. That's another guy, but his video is like 3 hours long. It's like how I paint this thing start to finish. It's like, yikes, ain't got that kind of time.
Ain't no one got time for that.
Oh, come on. He's in here somewhere. Keep scrolling. I could just probably look under my subscriptions and look under by list, but I'm not going to. Because that would be silly when I could just scroll for days and be like, oh, that's him. It's the guy. That's his name. Watch Duncan Rhodes. I watched Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy the other day. Did I tell you? Watching him paint a German grenadier. And
How did that go? I haven't watched it yet.
It's okay, but he paints it like... He paints to like a scale which anyone could paint to, if you know what I mean.
Isn't that the idea though? He's like, so on the video he shows you up to whatever standard he does, and then you can take it from there. Yeah.
But I was thinking he was going to do something different, but then I realized he did that with the Games Workshop stuff you could do that was achievable, not the usual like, this is how you get a golden demon kind of thing. Why does this guy put out so few videos?
It's okay because he paints for plebs.
Yeah, well, I don't think he paints for plebs. He paints for...
He does.
He paints for money.
No, and he's also got other videos.
What I mean is, if you're a pleb, you can actually follow and get a decent result out of it.
Well, that's true, but then you can just look at YouTube on any of the thousands of videos that are on here about painting, and that's why I'm so jealous of. Like, I wish I was 20 years younger, and then I'd started now with painting. I'd be so much better. You know what I mean? Because of all the help that's on the internet.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Man, I just wish 20 years ago I discovered dry brushing instead of using a house brush.
I think
Just
you're
slap-
going to say 20 years ago I discovered drugs instead of like working.
And you?
I was saying it's like I thought Damien was going to say he discovered drugs. I was like instead of working or something. I was like, whoa, calm down.
Was that? What's 20 years ago? Year 2000.
Yep.
2000.
Nah.
mate.
Too old.
Chuck another 10. Chuck another 10 years on that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't find this
God.
guy's name. So yeah, I'm gonna
Get
be
bored,
I'm
move
gonna
on,
be
man.
oh yeah, shut up. I'm gonna be painting a lot of things. So I'll be putting up little pictures and things, which I expect you idiots to do as well. And I'll more than likely interrupt Greg when he goes to talk and say the thing with the guy's name when I scroll across it. Anyway, over to you, Gregory. What are you up to, mate?
So I dug out. I was just hunting around. I got a heap of shit that I can paint, but I found my original Dreadball box set, and I thought, fuck it, I might as well paint those. So I opened it up, and lo and behold, I'd already painted them. I don't remember doing it. I don't remember what color I painted. Like, I know they're green. I don't know what green I used to paint them. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to repaint them because they were a really shit paint job. I bought the box set like 7-8 years ago or something like that. So I've resprayed them. They're sitting there undercoated grey at the moment. And I'm going to put up a poll on the Behind Enemy Lines Facebook. And I'm going to put up a selection of colours, and I'm going to close the poll to new entries because I'm not a fucking noob. And the community
Damn
can
it.
decide what colour I'm going to paint them.
All right, so lots of
I'll
pink.
have
pink.
Well, pink won't be an option. So there'll be a couple of contrast colours, and then there'll be a couple
a couple of what colours there, buddy? Jeebus, scrapers.
of contrast.
A couple of colours. Just like, oh, pretty pink. Yeah, right.
No, more like a motley brown.
Oh, yeah. Gross.
And then I'll paint them that colour, and we'll see how we go from there. And then if I've got time, I'll find another project that I can do.
Let's do it Neapolitan.
I
Paint it red, white, and brown. There you go, done.
No.
Oh,
That's
Sorry,
not what's gonna
that's my keyboard. My apologies. It's,
happen. Yeah, we know. I don't know. I'm in the middle of painting my Adeptus Titanicus as well, so that'll sort of be in between those.
It was until we told you were doing it wrong. So
And now I've got to repaint it.
yeah, because we're like that
not all of
color.
it.
That color looks
Not
like
all of it.
poops.
Just that color is nah, man. You should actually get that photo and chuck it up on Behind Enemy Lines and say, what do you think? We have issues with the color, and see what the idiots. I mean, our loyal, honest,
Hello,
good
Valued
guys.
listeners.
Oh, the reason I
our
couldn't.
valued listeners.
I found the guy, and the reason I couldn't find him in my subscription list, I didn't subscribe.
Because
to
you
him.
forgot how to spell Bob Ross.
No, because I didn't subscribe to him. His name is Marco Frasoni, and then there's NJM at the end, which is like, I know some stuff. Anyway, I'm subscribing to him because he does good stuff.
Sony? PR what?
Marco Frasoni,
Yep.
Frisoni, and then
J.
N for Nigel, J for Jump, M for Michael.
JM. 26,000 subscribers for 39 videos. That's not bad.
Yeah, but he does a lot of good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
he does a crazy one where he does a brush only, but it's a series where he brushes this dwarf, but he paints the highlights with black and white first. You know what I mean? And then he paints over the top of those with lighter, what do you call them? Less paint on the brush. Oh, God, words are just failing. He uses less paint than he would thinner. Oh my God.
Paint. Right, gotcha. Oh, so he's using contrast.
No. He uses some contrast for some things, like for a little bit here he uses a contrast to this, but the rest he uses regular paints. But he did do a whole team with inks, and he just sprayed from different angles. And his way of painting was like quite interesting. He's like, don't use other people's miniatures as a reference. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, go out and look for real world references. So he went out and got a whole bunch of like pictures of like Conan looking stuff, because he was painting one of the war bands from Warcry, I think it is. And I think it was the Untamed Beast guys. And he used a bunch of
Untamed Beast.
Yeah, he paints them white, and then he just hits them from different angles with different coloured ink sprays. And it's like, what? You can do that with ink? And the different angles, and it made it look like, you know, the comic book style that you get with all the purple tones, and yeah, they just ink washed it, or alcohol oil washed it, and then rubbed it off from there. It's like, it's really good. I'm gonna put this video up on the Behind Enemy Lines so you can see what I'm talking about. But he speed painted it. That's what I'm gonna do. Jesus.
Looks as though his version of speed painting is 5 hours though.
Yeah, but he paints the whole warband in 5 hours. With the
right.
He doesn't paint one dude. So I put that here. So this is what I said. I think I posted that before, but it's like amazing.
You're looking at the video now. Speed painting 10 core models, and hello there. I'm Marco.
Anyway, what else are you painting? You can't just paint a Blood Bowl team and be like, I'm done. That's cheating.
Ball team. No, and I'm painting my Adeptus Titanius, and I'll find something else floating around here. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out.
That's the whole. You had like the whole days to prepare for the podcast. What am I going to paint? Finds one thing. It's like sad.
Well, but that's more than Damo found. Yeah. Suck it. What about you, Mike? What are you going to paint? Mike's involved as well, so he's got some confrontation minis that he's going to paint up.
He did. He dug up a whole bunch of confrontation, but unfortunately he has kids and they're terrible or something.
You can get stuff, Greg. I've got heaps to do. I've got 20 Arbites. I've got all the Space Sharks to do. And
are you going to do them in 4 weeks?
Are you going to paint them all stupid the same colour as your Space Sharks? Because I know you will.
Paint those Arbites the same as your Space Shark.
Because I know, and I finished the Space Sharks, and we're going to continue on painting things dry brush grey.
I wouldn't do that.
You would.
Fucking would.
You would. You absolutely would. You're terrible for that. It's like, you know, if this can be grey, this can be grey too. And you know what else is grey? Life is grey. Basically, your life motto and story. It's like, well, everything's grey, so I might as well just paint it grey. Cool. Your car's grey, your hair's grey, your toys are grey, but your pubes are grey. You're boring. Get some colour in your life.
My car is not grey. It's like a gunmetal.
Gunmetal grey. Yes, grey. Good work. Good work. Jeepers creepers.
Life is grey.
Life is grey. I must paint it that way. Yes, so that's what we're going to do. We want to know what you're going to do, and to do that, we'll put up a picture on the Facebook, because not many people watch, the YouTube. I think Andrew, friend of the show, made that.
There's 114 views on that video.
That's good. That's
not bad. I'm going to go and put a Facebook. I'm going to put a album up on the Facebook group now.
Good idea. I'm going to find wherever I put that picture. By finding
go and have a dig through your cupboard, your cupboards of shame, and space, and bedside table, and don't go into the bottom drawer in your bedside table, because that's not where your toys are. Well, maybe, but
what the
and dig something out and stick it out.
Stop being gross.
Greg, stop being gross.
What?
Greg keeps bees in his bottom drawer. That's what it is. Like, bees.
They've all got little mini ball gags in their mouths.
Jesus Christ.
You guys bring out the gimp and they go.
I'm just trying to find there's a button here on the messages, and I always forget which one it is, because I'm turning more into Damien with, as I get older. I'm forgetting what does what. It's really annoying. How do you deal with this shit every day? Forgetting how to do shit.
Just ignore it and carry on.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Hilarious. Now, how do you find all the pictures in a bloody chat thing?
I don't know.
I found it the other day. I was like, oh, there's all the pictures. That button leaves the group, and I've been so tempted to accidentally push that a few times. I'm like, oops, don't push that. Not tempted, but you know.
Wouldn't it just be under photos?
What the fuck?
But where is the photos in a chat?
The chat?
And, yeah,
I don't know.
A chat. A
Yeah.
Facebook chat. Let's have a look.
Yeah, there's a button that
Hold on.
shows all
Pause
previous pictures.
Facebook chat. Settings, the cog,
The cog, yeah.
color
Cog.
emoji, nicknames, conversation name.
Need to
No.
view the chat in its
Down the
own
bottom.
window.
Do you?
What?
Are you just making shit up as usual? Anyway, doesn't matter. No big deal. We'll figure that out
Find it
later.
later.
Find it later.
Later.
But anyway, as usual, thanks for listening. Paint your fucking miniatures. We'll see you in another fortnight when you've done it or not, and then you'll be growled. This is your homework. Make sure you complete it.
We could probably do another podcast next week anyway.
Jesus.
I mean,
dude.
it's not,
It's just
well, I mean, it's not
powering
like we
through.
got anything else.
some of us, we still have lives. Things
I
to do.
reckon.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just calm down, dude.
What are you going to do on
I don't know.
Friday night next week? Oh, that's right. You're going to stay at home like everyone else in New Zealand. Stay home, stay safe. Don't be a douche.
Unlike you, mate, I can wash my hair.
Oh, and I can put spikes in mine.
You do.
Anyway, thanks for
I did
listening.
get Cheryl to shave my hair back off, my back hair off.
Oh,
So
yuck. Blech. Gross.
All good.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for, oversharing there, Damien. Like,
Way
subscribe, follow. I think there's a Patreon somewhere. Give me money. Anyway.
We closed that down ages ago, mate.
Okay, good work. Anyway, bye-bye, everyone.
Don't
See you. Bye.
lick toilet seats.